Hey, Jacob Felipe here and welcome to my channel. Now in this video I'm going to talk with you about what to do if a guy didn't text you for days. I will give you the right advice, what to do in this situation. If the first time you arrive to this channel will talk about relationship advice, so keep updated and subscribe to this channel and comment. I answer to every comment, and let's go to today's subject. Now, in terms of day-to-day stress, nothing beats meeting a great guy, having some great days, and then he's ghosting you. That's terrible, right? And you left thinking, okay, he hasn't texted in a few days, so what should I do? The first few days seem so awesome. You got closer, and then it seems to change. His messages got cold, distance, or straight up stopped. It's been 3 days, or maybe 5 days, or even a week, and you still haven't heard from him, okay? And so far, you've done a good job of getting on with your life. You haven't been needy and rang him like crazy, but what's next? He doesn't seem to be chasing you, and it could be very, very, very annoying. That sudden gear shift in the intimacy levels you were feeling is enough to start most people questioning, what did I do wrong? Or I knew I shouldn't have slept with him, and all these self-judgments, loops of shame, which is not helping at all. Now, what I want you to do is just to stop right now, because in this mindset, you're already losing the game. Okay, just to clarify, you have been hanging out or dating with someone, having a sexual relationship with them, and have got used to a regular contact. Since when does it makes you needy or desperate to get in touch if you haven't heard in a while, right? I know it may feel like there is a ton of unwritten rules for dating, especially dating in a big city around the world. It's always more harder. This is why it's my job as a dating coach and relationship expert to help support you in making decisions and empowering you. Also, not getting a response to this message can feel just straight up rude. So I thought I would dedicate this video to sharing some of my answers to the common he hasn't send me messages and help you. Okay, so I will give you a few scenarios that I guess you can identify with, and I will say to you what I will do in this situation. So the first scenario is goes like that. You met a guy online and he's messaging a lot, and then the messages cooled off. Suddenly he pulled away. Okay, you haven't and you haven't met him in the real life yet. Alright, so what's my answer to that? Hold your horses on any judgment here until you have met him in the real life and he is set in front of you. I can't say this enough, right? The most important factor when meeting guys online is the willingness to form a relationship offline. If he is taking ages to respond, you matched weeks ago, but he's not setting up a date, notice that this guy is not demonstrating openness to dating from the get-go, and you definitely don't want to have a relationship with a guy like that, because it will be worse. Alright, so the second scenario is he was messaging, you hooked up, and now he's pulled away, cooled off, don't answer the messages. So what's my answer? Please, please, please. The first thing is do not judge yourself. Don't think if you held back that this guy would have somehow morphed into Prince Charming. No. Okay? I can tell you my experience. All my girlfriends that I have in my life, I slept with them on the first or second date. Okay? If someone wants relationship, you want relationship, and the fact he slept with you right away, that's not probably what will make him doesn't want relationship. Maybe if he has some judgments about women who having sex too fast, and who wants this primitive guy anyway, okay? Otherwise, if you're Christian or something, of course, not talking about this, but I'm talking about the master of the people. Also, Beware if he disappears and doesn't message or respond, and then he reappears and continue to be like, hey, how it's going? Like nothing happened, with no explanation, no communication. This man is the dating equal of a zombie invasion, and he should run away from him. Now, the third scenario is he hasn't messaged today or yesterday and you're freaking out. And here is my answer. I always think, give it a few days before committing too much, okay? Give it a few days. If you have only recently met and you don't know about all the other things that go in his life, so take a moment, take a breath, okay? But maybe you have actually reasonable reason not to answer, so relax a moment. Don't be super impulsive, because you can destroy this relationship with your own hands. Sometimes it's good to give it some time. And actually, in my other video that I talk about how to give space to men, it's necessary to always give some time. Even in a long-term relationship, that's what keeps the attraction and the desire alive. Work on building your self-esteem, that he will want to reconnect with you. If he doesn't, that is showing to you that he's not ready for that kind of relationship that you want, so just go away, okay? If you adopt airplane mode, that phone, and refocused and enjoying your life, it's that simple. Now, you may be asking, after this scenario, what the fuck is going on in his mind, right? I know you have been told that men have to do all the chasing and all these things, so if he hasn't texted you in a few days, you can start to criticize and question yourself about it. You must have done something wrong to put him off, and it can happen. It's fine, we all make mistakes. The reality is that if you want a relationship with this guy, you need to be able to communicate, and this guy need to be able to communicate as well. And that's something basic that need to be happening from the start. If he was to get scared of you because you text first, then he's not got the right frame of mind, okay? And right now, he cannot give you what you need, and you need to accept it. Not to mention, this is a big, big red flag. Sometimes we can spend a lot of time and energy and over-analyzing and looking for hidden levels of meaning that actually don't exist. Not to disappoint you here, but may not have thought about this a lot, okay? Now, I can say that if a man has interest in you and is in the right time in his life and right frame of mind to have a relationship, he will be in touch, like night follows day. Try to avoid mind reading and instead focus on whether this situation works for you. If he's not being as communicative as you, this could be a sign that he's not invested on the relationship. And I know it's maybe make you sad a little bit, but it's better to move on than to try to force it and suffer. You have a communication incompatibility, and that's and with the time it will reveal and will be like a lot worse. So it's better to cut it off or to try to talk with him about it and to see if he can do better. Now, I want to give you a plan, my game plan, my personal game plan, if he hasn't texted you for a few days. Now, the first of all of them, the most problems are resolved in 48 hours. Now, what does it mean? If it has been less than a couple of days, then try not let it bother you. Is it still worth letting it resolve? There is a good chance that he's just busy, and this is nothing you should worry about. Now, get home from work, put your phone on airplane mode, and avoid checking his WhatsApp every 1 minute or social media activity. You have your own life to live. Also think about where these feelings are coming from. Hug yourself, give compassion to yourself, and have trust in people come through by texting you back. Often when we start checking up on people and what's going on, is you do it because you want clarity. You don't have enough information to know what he is thinking, and it's confusing. It's a hard situation to be in. So you try to fill the gaps with some CSI level online checking, like it helps. Part of getting more comfortable with dating is learning how to be in this unknown. And I know it's hard, I know, where he hasn't texted you in a few days, and being okay to sit back and see how things evolve. Alright? So sometimes by watching and waiting, we get the best feedback on whether someone is right for us or no. And actually this thing works in relationship as well. If you have a problem in a relationship, a lot of time the best thing is just to back off, take space, and see how things evolve. So if you develop this skill right now, it's a skill that will help you in your relationship as well. If he can go a date without talking to you, so you can too. Now, the second thing, if 48 hours have passed and he haven't been texting you, and you got too tempted, and have seen he's been uploading Instagram stories, and you start to get like mad and crazy. Your mind's thinking, how can he have times to upload Instagram and not checking on me? And you start to be very frustrated. Remind yourself that you don't lose any power by reaching him out. A lot of women think they lose their power by reaching him out. Of course, if you're sending him 30 messages, yeah, it's not good. But if you're just checking him out, nothing will happen. You don't lose anything. It's a relationship. It's about teamwork, not a power play. We don't have a power play. That's what men do between themselves usually. If I receive your messages like, yes, I knew she would text me first, this doesn't make you weak. It doesn't. It makes him immature and an idiot. Alright? Get this clear in your mind. Send a message that lights and offer something from your day. Give value. I always say to my clients, give value. It always works good usually. Remember, you are communicating in the way that feels natural to you and that builds emotional connection. If he runs from this, he is unlikely to be able to offer you what you need. Now, you can't just ask something, how is your Tuesday? I've just got into blah, 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 talk about something intense, but my day is still good. That's it, okay? Or you can send a photo. I like to do this a lot. I like to send photos to people who are close to me. I just send photos, not necessarily in dating. It's just a good way to communication. I like to send to my family just photos. Because it's not needy and it gives value, right? I'm not saying send your photo naked, just something from your day, for example, I don't know. You have a nice view from your balcony. Just take a picture, oh, what a nice view today. Oh, I don't know. There was even a car crash. Oh, look at this car crash. This is terrible. Or I don't know, it's your birthday, you got a nice gift. Take a picture, oh, look what gift I got. Just, regular things that happen day to day, not something crazy. Now, the third thing is something that you might think, oh no, he still hasn't texted me for a few days. Now you feel bummed that you ruined it by sending this one text message, which is not true, alright? If you feel this way, reread your last message to him. Was it like something weird, horrific, or off-putting? Probably no, if you listen to my advice. I bet you are communicating good. His lack of response tells you he doesn't want to communicate back, but do I think that was anything to do with the quality of your message? Probably, most of the chances, no. Either he isn't who you thought he was, or has just another situations in his life just taking all his attention, or he's not looking to date, or he just doesn't know how to articulate it. I know it doesn't feel like this at the moment, but it's unlikely that he finds you weird and rejecting you only to go and be the perfect man for someone else. As you are getting to know him, you are working out if he's a good guy to be in your life. Then you should looking at his communication style. This is a test of how compatible you are together. If he is flaky, unreliable, disappears and then reappears without any explanation in your life, this is not your fault, okay? And don't judge yourself. Your responsibility is to think, I have a lot of things I want to do in life. I don't need this situation, this stabling me. There are bigger goals that needing to me tend to dream about this guy all day. And just move on. You must protect you and make smart decisions about who is worth keeping around in your life. So ditch the man-pleasing mentality and look after yourself. Now, and the last thing, was a long video, I hope you follow, how to stop this from happening ever again. To state the obvious, we can control how people behave, but we can control our reaction to their behaviors, and I believe in this mantra and I will repeat it again. We can control how people behave, but we can control our reaction to their behavior. If you find yourself getting hung up on the whole Willy message meeting, the root cause of this is often about you choosing him too early. In short, you have a few stellar dates and you get him being your man, and before doing due diligence to see if he's got what it takes to back it up. And this is a dangerous situation when you assume he's something before you have the enough intelligence and information to decide this. It will cause you to make a lot of mistakes. Now, it's okay to reach him out. It's okay, but also remember that by sitting back and observing, you are not doing anything wrong and being passive, okay? Not all action is for words. Taking time to observe and weigh things out can sometimes be a very smart thing to do. Finally, few more words on messages to avoid sending men. I will put them down. Stop texting men who are not responsive. Pick up a phone and book yourself a nice spa day. Alright? Take care of yourself, and remember, no message for a man is as important as you feeling good about yourself. Okay? That's it. That's it for today. And I hope this will help you to understand what to do in this situation. If you like this content in this channel, please consider subscribing, and also go get your free guide and unlock his desire, unlockhisdesire.com, and I will see you on my next video.